What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Reppin with Gina G, a show where I rep my teams by the Bay. And in this episode, I'm repping the San Francisco 49ers. And as you may or may not know, I've been a diehard Niners fan since 1981 and celebrated all 5 Super Bowls in the streets of San Francisco. And now praying that we get back to the promised land to hoist that 6th Lombardi this season, with or without backup Jimmy G. I don't care, whatever the case may be. So now we are atop of the NFC West. After defeating the Arizona Cardinals and Mexico City. Okay, so I'm trying to throw on my little Mexican accent there. But anyway, so now we are coming back from the high altitude. We are fresh off that win, feeling good, coming back to Levi's. But, we got to be careful because, I don't know, like how it was feeling with that Atlanta game when I called it a trap game. Like I'm kind of getting that feeling again. Like we got to be cool, you know what I mean? So, but I'm gonna be there tomorrow. So you know how I roll, and we'll get into that later. How I always think how we're gonna win by this amount of points. And okay, I'm not going to go too crazy tonight, but I've got a great show for you guys. Just whatever happens, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and comment, hit in the live chat, and stay with us for the whole show because I've got some Saints fans joining us tonight. And first off, let's welcome to the show. To start off, we have Tina, and Tina is the managing editor and writer for Canal Street Chronicles. Tina Howell, thanks for joining us.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for inviting me tonight, Gina.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad that you were able to, join on such short notice. And next I have Book. He is here with me. He's an old colleague of mine. What's up, Book?
Oh, chilling. Who that? Thanks for inviting us.
Thank you. And I've got another Saints fan. She came in. This is Tracy. What's up, Tracy?
Hey, how you doing? It's Treese, but I'm blessed. Thanks for having me.
Right on. Thank you so much for joining. I'm so glad because I just love having as many fans repping their team as possible. And then next we've got my 49ers faithful family, starting off with Rod. He's a regular on Reppin with Gina G. What's up, Rod?
What's up with it, everybody? What's going down? I had to rep a little bit tonight myself. I felt a little, underdressed the past couple of weeks. So I said, you know what? Why not rep? Let's get it going.
Because you're always repping that USC Trojans.
And they're playing right now as we speak. Fight on. Let's get it.
Fight on.
I got money on y'all, right? I got money on y'all.
Hey, keep that money. You're going to get it back. Trust me. I got
money on y'all.
And last but certainly not least, it's pleasure is mine to have on 49er Minded. Welcome, Bashar, but you all know him as 49er Minded. Welcome to the show. Thank you for coming on.
Salute to you, boss.
Yeah, great to meet all of you. Some of you I know from Twitter, some of you I just met right now, and it's always a pleasure doing guest spots on whatever channel it is, and it should be a lot of fun. I can't wait.
Awesome. And I really appreciate you guys, and it's just great to have 49ers Twitter meeting, NOLA or Saints Twitter. I don't know what you guys call yourselves, but we call ourselves 49ers Twitter. So I guess NOLA Twitter. But anyway, whatever the case may be, I'm so happy that you guys are here. And we've got Melissa in the chat, and I know she was on your show because I peeped in your show earlier, Bashar, and 49ers Throwback. What's up, Fernando?
You should have said something on the chat.
You know what? You guys were closing out. No, you guys were closing out, and it was like, okay, we're gone. And I was like, ah.
We had a few people show up late. I was like, yeah.
I saw that, and I was like, oh shoot. But yeah. So what's up to everybody in the chat? Thank you so much for coming in. And before we even get started, I just want to say thanks again. Last minute, make sure that everyone watching this is following everybody on social media. Okay, so. Let's get
Hold on,
started.
Gina. One more thing, Gina, before you get started.
Sure.
I just want to shout my girl Treese out. She came last minute to her. Shout out to Treese, man. It's a short notice for Treese. She made it last minute. Shout out to Treese.
Right on, Treese. Thank you so much. You know what? I'm just glad that this happened so last. And sometimes last minute, like seriously, like sometimes it just goes. It meshes, it gels, and like boom, everybody's available. So, straight up. Okay. Let's get started with the Saints fans. All right. Question or topic, what have you. So I look at your record, right? And I mean, just considering like the people that the teams that you guys have been playing in the South and seeing a 4-7, just, yes, below 500, but I mean, it seemed like when you started off the season, you played all your, divisional foes, right? That's just like, seemed like, you had injuries, you had this going on, that going on. Like, I really personally think that's why I said, you guys should actually have a better record, in my opinion. How do you guys feel? Tina, you want to start?
When your starting quarterback fractures his back in week 1, I mean, it's not a good way to start your season. Your star wide receiver who has missed the last 2 seasons with injuries comes back, looked so promising with Mike Thomas, and then he gets hurt. Jarvis Landry gets hurt. I mean, this team has just been crushed by injuries. And there's been a lot of speculation as to the way they've been handling the injuries. Guys that should have been placed on IR, and have not. I mean, the stories coming out as far as what the injuries were, and then we're hearing weeks later, what's happening. Jarvis, we'll start with Jameis Winston to begin with. I mean, initially we knew he had a back injury. Then it came out that he had back fractures. That alone for someone, I mean, if I fractured my back, I wouldn't want to get out of bed, much less go play football. He played 3 games through that injury. And then we discover that he has an ankle injury. Then we discover he has a hip injury. So he's not dealing with 1, but 3 injuries and playing through it. And he shouldn't have been playing through it. I think, and I'm all about player safety, but I think there comes a point where you just got to step over and say, okay, look, I know that he gives us the best chance to win when he's healthy, but to play through all of that, it set him back. In my mind, letting him, play through those 3 games. And then of course, he's now sitting out. Andy Dalton steps in, and here we are now with a healthier Jameis. I wouldn't say he's 100%. We're with a healthier Jameis, but now we have a situation of, okay, do we let our starting quarterback who deserved a chance to be a starter to come back? Or do you continue with Andy Dalton, who's developed chemistry and rhythm with the starters this whole time, through not just through the season, but through training camp as well, because Jameis was not 100% because he was coming off of the ACL injury. So it's like a catch-22. What do you do? We're here now in week 12, and there's concerns and question marks with Andy Dalton and moving forward, and we're getting some of our players back. But if you look at our injury list every single week, it's like a CVS receipt. I mean, just every single week, there's, our starting corners are out. I mean, it's been one thing after another. And the NFC South is playing so poorly as a whole this year. Any other time you would say, okay, this season is lost. We can't win the division. But I mean, we're literally at 4-7 sitting, a game behind Tampa Bay, which is just insane, especially given our quarterback is Tom Brady. So there is still a shot for us to win the division, but we've got to get healthy. We've got to start completing games. I mean, we have a lot of problems this season. It's very disappointing as a whole because on paper, week 1, this is an extremely talented team, and we shouldn't be sitting at. We should be 7-4 right now. But I mean, with all the injuries, the way things have been handled, and the coaching issues, it's just been a complete mess of a season. And it's hard because, like I said, going into this, someone who's a fan and covers the team as well, we are much better than this. It's just not a reflection of what we're doing on Sunday.
For sure, yeah.
Teresa?
And yeah.
Go ahead, Teresa.
Any thoughts?
Absolutely. I think pretty much what she said is what our team looks like. I often always go back to our days with Drew Brees. I think people, you miss your well, and when it runs dry, it's dry. So we're just going through this spat where it's okay, we'll be all right. I think we all had high expectations going in, like she said, on paper, from front to back, corner back, your wide receivers, your line forward. So that's sort when you look at our roster, you would feel like, okay, this is a Sean Payton's roster. And you start seeing your slot DB going out, guys like CJ Gardner-Johnson. He left and went to Philly, playing phenomenal, but some of us Saints fans are not surprised. So when you lose guys like that, and you lose Marshawn Lattimore, right? He's our top cornerback. I mean, that boy, he really got skills, So when you start losing guys like that, and Big Michael Thomas, I mean, they call him slang guy. We laugh about it, but your best DB really can't guard him, and he's special. And so what we have now in our young rookie, he's holding his own. And I'm pretty much, as a Saints fan, I'm comfortable with Andy Dalton starting. He gives us that insurance that we need, and I think our offense is starting to click now. Do we ask ourselves too little, too late? Like you said, our division is up for grabs, even with everybody. With not with enough wins, and still in the things. I think most of our roster can come back. Who knows what can happen? But you have a little bit of you sprinkle coaching in it too. Dennis Allen, I think some games he got in over his head, but that's still our head coach. We respect him for what he's trying to do, but losing a guy like Drew Brees and Sean Payton on top of that, it kind of put a damp on things. But I mean, we still I still want them to go out there on Sundays and perform, and I mean they doing to the best of their ability, and we're cool with that. It's better yet. But those injuries, I mean, we have some of our skilled players in each position injured, so that hurts us.
Yeah, between like you and the Falcons, it's really a toss-up.
Yeah.
You're not that far from the Bucks, and I mean, Tom Brady is pretty much the only piece keeping that team together. Really, your division is what's separating it is like a game or two. So it's still pretty early, considering.
Yeah. Atlanta's playing some good ball, to say the least, even with their like that Mario. I mean, they turned into a running team, so a lot of teams don't know how to prepare that type of Atlanta team system and stuff with over there with Cordell Patterson and those guys. They're playing some ball. Any running team can beat. It'll wet out any defense. So kudos to what they're doing. And Tom Brady, his squad, some of them are a little bit older, so they play a bit slower than others, but that's still Tom Brady, And with Carolina situation, their quarterback's situation, it's pretty much up and down. Baker's not playing good football. Darnold's hurt. So, I mean, it's up to and between. If they can really figure out, I think we're moving forward with Andy. I would have liked to see what our offense looked like with Jameis. But Andy's our quarterback, so we're gonna move with him. And if we can get enough guys back in the fold, we'll be okay.
For sure.
Book, you got anything?
Yeah, Book.
Oh yeah. I got a lot. I got a whole lot. Tina and Tracy are way bigger on Jameis than I am. I'm completely out on Jameis. I've seen enough.
So shout out to Wise.
Shout out to Dennis Allen for getting Andy Dalton. You know, he's a competent backup. I feel like Andy Dalton is not the future of the team, but he's a guy that, you know, he's a stopgap guy. You know what I'm saying? He can move the offense until you find that franchise QB. You know what I mean? So, like Tree said and Tina said, injuries, man, we've been mauled by injuries. You know what I'm saying? We lost Kamara, you know what I'm saying, for a game, a very important game. I think he was out the Tampa game. We lost Lattimore after the London game. That's our best corner, top 5 corner in the league. Before the season, we lost C.D. Deuce. Like, you see, he's a Pro Bowl safety in Philly right now. So just the losses that we had on our team, as well as the loss of Coach Payton, like, it was the drop off has been huge. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm real confident in Andy. I think Andy is gonna surprise some people tomorrow on the road, and I'm ready, man.
It's possible. What do you guys think, my 49er family?
I was going to say, when they were mentioning the injuries, not that I don't feel bad or anything like that, but I do have to say this, though. Welcome to my world.
Yeah.
Over the past 5 years, I don't know how many, it's been nothing but injuries for us. But at least right now, which is good for the 49ers, we're actually getting a lot of our guys back. I wish we would have Trey Lance back. But that's a whole another topic for a whole another show. And all that other stuff. Well, I want to ask Book a question. What is it about Jameis Winston that wants you to move on?
Well, listen, if you go back and look at the numbers, they're going to say injury. No. That Falcons game, he wasn't injured when he started that game. You know what I mean? Go back and look at that game. The offense wasn't moving. We didn't run the ball in the fourth quarter, I think, more than 2 times. Like, so that means you have incompetent QB play. Jameis, after 3 weeks, again, they're going to say injury. He led the league in interceptions, 5 picks. 5 picks after 3 weeks. He led the league in interceptions. So I'm completely out on Jameis. He's not the answer. No. So shout out to Andy Dalton. You know, he did well. He played without Michael Thomas. He's played very well. I mean, to say he's been in the system 1 year. Jameis has been here 3 years. 3 years with us, behind Drew Brees. He's had Sean Payton. I've seen all I need to see, bro. Like, he's not the guy. You know what I mean? So
I remember that 1 year, me and my friends were saying Jameis Winston was a turnover machine. I think he had like over 30 interceptions or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah. He had that record.
Yeah, bro.
Right?
Yeah.
I was back on Tampa Bay, though.
Right. But still, yeah.
Still, all right. But yeah, nine-minded. After 3 weeks, bro, go back and look. He had 5 interceptions, man. A lot of people who he's a likable guy, though. He's very likable, you know what I'm saying? He's a charming dude, but all that goes out the window when you're quarterbacking for my team. Like, we just lost the Hall of Famer, dude. So the standard at QB is very, very high. I don't care if you're likable. I don't care about any of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Can you move my offense?
If you were a Niner fan, I think we'd be on the same page with the whole Jimmy G. Trey Lance.
And look, and the question was, can you move my offense, bro? You got Kamara, you got Mike Thomas, you got the rookie phenom Olave, and you couldn't move the offense, dude. So go sit down. Let's see what Andy Dalton can do. And Andy has been moving the offense. Now, granted, that hasn't translated into wins, but the offense has been moving. You know what I mean? So I'm out on Jameis.
Rod, you want to add your thoughts to this?
Like 49-minded said, man. Welcome to our club. We've heard all that about being injured. That's cool. One of our, cornerbacks, our leading cornerback, in our opinion, Mosley, E-Man, he's out for the season. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We've had that. We've had that going on. Armstead hasn't been here majority of the season. That's both of our D tackles haven't been here this whole season for the most part. So when it comes to having injuries and everything, we were the most injured at one time in the league.
Yep.
So when it comes to hearing about injuries and everything, you can't talk to 49ers fans and think that we don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, I feel y'all. You know, we get it. Even on the opposite side, on the offense. You know what I mean? We're dealing with our backup quarterback right now. I think that the dynamics of our offense and everything like that will look totally different because our starting quarterback is out right now. But considering who we have as our backup quarterback right now, and we ride him until the wheels fall off, because right now the chemistry is working, it is what it is. We got Jimmy G in there right now. He's playing like contract Jimmy, and we getting what we get. So welcome to our club. It's the best of backups right now.
The backups.
That's facts. That's facts. So when I was mentioning earlier about this possibly being a trap game, and it just so happens that we lost to the Falcons in your division.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's got to be some truth to that, right? Because it's always one of those those teams that you underestimate. You know, you can't go in there thinking, oh, yeah, we've got this and we're at home, this, that, and the other. I mean, you can't go in there looking at the Saints record thinking, oh, this is going to be an easy one. We just came off a win. I definitely don't want to walk into Levi's tomorrow thinking that, especially if Debo is struggling with his hammy.
No, Debo is suffering from eating too much ham. At the end of the day, when we look at it for what it actually was, we got to call it for what it actually is. We all know that for the most part, Debo has looked like he's been out of shape for the majority of the season, right? He looked like he was in prime shape last year, i.e. contract year. It is what it is. Now he's got the bag, got a new Ferrari, I think we saw today. Somebody's IG story. Just saying, little bit of money, he's showing a lot, of what he's got going on. It is what it is. But when you look at everything and how we're playing right now, who knows? But like I said last week, the reason why I look at this game as being a trap game, we traveled the most last week than ever because of going to Denver, being out there a couple of days, getting acclimated to their time, which we're going back an hour, being in Denver. Then we fly down to Mexico. Now we got to get used to that time again. Mm-hmm. 4.5 more hours down to Mexico from Denver. Then we got to fly back home. On top of that, we also got to get prepared for Thanksgiving. Well, people, celebrate Thanksgiving. We got to eat Thanksgiving yesterday. So now we're looking at a big, thing when it comes into this week. We just hope that legs aren't tired, people aren't beat up, people aren't out there with the itis running, and they just don't act like they have that much intensity going into this week. It's just that real. You gotta look at it and call it for what it actually is.
Okay. Tina, Trees, y'all got something?
I mean, given the fact that when they say trap games, right, those guys put their pants on the same way, all of them, and no wins in the NFL are guaranteed. So going out there on the field, we don't know what's going to take place. Andy Dalton have been playing some efficient ball, and he's also moving our offense, scoring 30. Some things.
We have the number one defense. If we were to play like we were to play, Andy Dalton's gonna look like trash tomorrow. Let's keep it a buck now. If we're gonna talk this, let's talk this. Number one defense against Andy Dalton. Like we look at this as a trap game. Real 49er fans look at this as a trap game.
And I look at every game as a win.
Okay, and I agree with that. I respect that. But
I look at every game as it's 0-0. We don't know what's gonna take place. We just fans, right? So we looking at the game like, yeah, you want your team to win. But if we looking at certain y'all, I mean, hey, everybody gonna take, because I do a lot of sports betting. We're gonna just put that out there. And so you gotta look at what's been going on in the league. Teams that wasn't supposed to win, they winning. And teams that's, gonna lose, it's a lot going on in the NFL, and wins are, they're guaranteed. You don't know what's gonna happen. So Everybody gonna put their money on the Niners, right? Y'all got the #1 defense, and they're going up against Andy Dalton. And some of those trends and angles might be right, but some of them might go against y'all just because at the end of the day, Vegas wins, right? If we're talking football, Vegas,
they're the real winners of the game.
Right, exactly.
right? So Vegas,
But this,
so I mean, hey, just gotta enjoy a good game. I mean, don't go out there and hit Olave on the same route he did the Rams last week. I take that, but I also respect
We're
y'all.
not the Rams.
Well,
We're not the Rams.
Got Brandon.
We're not the Rams.
I respect
Yeah,
that.
There's a Rams fan in here. That's why I said that. Not
Yeah,
to you.
you know,
I said that.
but you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
Everybody
that's
was
why I
talking
said
about the
that.
Saints
We're
game
not
last
the
week.
Rams. That's why I
Yeah,
said
Yeah,
and the man's
everybody
a
was
Rams
talking about
fan.
that win last week, and it's like, hey, we beat the Rams. That's nothing to brag about. The Saints have
that.
had a habit. The Saints have had a habit over the years of underperforming against teams that they should like whip their ass like immediately, and we lose to them, and then we come out against teams that we shouldn't win, and we beat them. So like Tree said, it's any given Sunday on what's going to happen. But this team is so beat up. Andy Dalton is a band-aid to me. I have yet to see the consistency as a quarterback for me to be impressed with him right now, because he holds onto the ball way too long. He's put us in situations that we've lost games. I mean, just to me, I need to see more consistency out of him to feel like, hey, he's the guy that can, take us to the playoffs. But to be honest with you, I don't want the Saints making the playoffs, because I feel like at this point we're a one and done team, and I don't think making the playoffs is going to do is make some fans happy and maybe save Dennis Allen's job, which I don't want to save Dennis Allen's job, because I don't think he was the right choice to succeed for Sean Payton, and I don't think he needs to be here. I think the defense has regressed. I think having defensive coordinators was a mistake. I don't think there's a definitive voice in the locker room. I mean, just look, we went from a top 5 defense to being middle of the road right now. And there's way too many X's right now. There's way too many red flags that I have problems with. So, yeah, it could be a trap game. We have a shot of beating you because we are playing y'all tomorrow. Do I think that's going to happen? Probably not, but I'm a realist. Like, I'm a fan, but like I said, I covered this team. I've been a fan for many, many years, and anything can happen. We've beat teams before we shouldn't beat, but I just think we're too beat up ourselves, right now. And a lot of these games that we've lost where we had healthier players going into it, we beat ourselves. So, I mean, if we've got to beat ourselves, we got to beat the refs, we got to beat y'all. It's just the odds are against us. And there's a reason why, we're a 9-point underdog right now. It's because look at the way we performed this entire season. I mean, it's just, you got to be real about it. Like, hey, look, the facts are this is not a good Saints team this year. It's just not. And it sucks because, like, we're saying on paper, we're a talented team. We've got the talent. We're not completing games. We're not putting it all together. And it started off week 1, like I said, with Jameis's injury. And we've never recovered from that. You're losing your wide receiver 1, your wide receiver 2. Olave has just been, the shining star of the season. Him and Pete Werner are the two things I can say about this season that, has saved it for me. Because, I mean, Werner has just impressed so much. He's such a stud out there. And Chris Olave was worth every bit of that investment, in trading up to get him, because he's going to be a guy 2-3 seasons from now. Because he's only a rookie and he's just going to keep getting better. Because, I mean, who knows if Mike Thomas is going to be here next year? We really just don't know at this point. I mean, he's been hurt, and it sucks because we know what Mike can do when he's on the field. He's a game changer. But, I mean, the Saints have proven in the past, like, look what happened with CJ. Nobody would have thought in a million years that CJ would have been traded. And I said it, on my podcast. We wrote about it. That was a mistake. And everybody was like, oh, he's a guy, he's got swag, he's got this, but he's not the leader on the defense. He's, there's our bigger names on the team. Look what he's doing in Philly right now. He's leading the league in interceptions. Tell me that wasn't a mistake. We traded him away. I don't care if he wasn't. I don't care if he was not, the captain, and I don't care if he was the head voice. CJ brought something to this team, whether it be the swagger or the fire or whatever it was. But he he talked the talk, but he walked the walk on the field. And to me, that's important. And seeing what he's doing in Philly, I'm happy for him. It just sucks. There's another player that we traded away, goes to another team and, is balling out. And Saints have a habit of doing that. It's like we literally have a habit of shooting ourselves in the foot and years later go, man, we shouldn't have traded him away. And then it's like, okay, well, there we go. It's like, what are you going to do at this point? It's having the same conversations over and over. And, we're not fixing the issues. Sean Payton, big shoes to fill. Dennis Allen ain't it. And, we'll just see what happens in the offseason with that.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
What's up, Rod?
We lost DeForest Buckner, who was, a leader on our defense that we are still suffering from right now being lost. Like Javon
fans
Kinlaw
are still crying
as his replacement. You know what I'm saying? And Javon Kinlaw hasn't been on the field since we basically has drafted him. And so DeForest Buckner was a true key piece as well as a captain of our team, at least on the defensive side, loved in the locker room as well. And that was a move that we wish it wouldn't have happened, but it is what it is. And we have that same issue. It's a lot of issues that you guys have. We have the same issue. It's like, it is what it is right now. Like, they literally the best team win. Now, we do have different weapons that are, sorry, but it is what it is. But, for the most part, we got the same issues.
I was going to say that's interesting that CJ Gardner leads the league in interceptions, because right now the Saints only have 2 interceptions for the season, and the one guy that has them is Tyrann Mathieu.
Yeah, he's been very disappointing. I was excited to see him come home because every time there was talks of whether he was going to wind up leaving, the team he was with, it was like, hey, bring Honey Badger home, and he's underperformed. I mean, I hate to say it because since day one, I was like, hey, look, I'd love to see him play for the Saints, because that's the hometown story. You want a star player to come, like Joe Burrow. When everybody was like, oh man, if the Saints could draft him, it's like the dream. But now Tyrann's here and he just has really underperformed, and it's disappointing because it's like, what he could have brought and what he's bringing is just not there. And again, we don't know what's going on behind closed doors. There's always speculation with stuff, but it's just, it sucks when you've got a player like that you think, hey, he's going to bring something to the defense, especially because our defense has been suffering so much this season. I mean, I'm still in shock over it when I look at where we were, a year ago and where we are now. This defense has just regressed so much. And, it's like, okay, where do you pinpoint it? Is it losing CJ? Is it Marcus Williams? Is it, Malcolm Jenkins retiring? Is it all the injuries? I mean, even Cam Jordan, Iron Man, they call him that. He's never missed a game due to injury, has an orbital fracture in his eye and he misses a game last week. But I mean, how much excuses can you say that to? Because last year we had injuries as well, and we were 1 game away from making the playoffs. With COVID, hurricane, relocation, and the injuries, we still were 1 game away from making the playoffs. So you can't really use that as a crutch because teams get injured.
Talking to the 49ers, we did the same thing. We had to go to Arizona. Like a bunch of excuses. We got the same situation.
Yeah,
so
I got excuses.
I got something for Rod.
In 2020, we had the same thing. We had the most injuries in 2020.
No.
Yes,
Rod,
we did.
No.
We had the most injuries.
Listen, hold on.
2020, yes, we did.
Yes,
we
did.
Right.
2020 was ridiculous for injuries.
Right, hold on. Before we get to that, I won't go back to your comment about Andy Dalton. We have the #1 defense. If I can recall, I've seen Colt McCoy cooking against that #1 defense. You think Colt McCoy better than Andy Dalton?
Not this year.
Yeah,
Not this
year.
No.
Not this year.
I've seen. Listen.
If you go
listen. First of all, hold on. Y'all secondary is Swiss cheese. First of all, let's get that out of the way. You have a nice front seven. It's decent. It makes things happen. But Andy Dalton is definitely going to have success against that secondary. He's going to have. Yeah, you can frown up. Andy Dalton's going to have success against that secondary tomorrow.
Gotta watch out for Talanoa Hufanga.
Right?
Okay, Book.
So I want to know.
I've seen Colt McCoy.
I don't know.
I seen Colt McCoy Monday night. I'm like, is Colt McCoy doing this to y'all? Andy's gonna have success tomorrow, bro.
He wasn't cooking Monday. Exactly. I agree.
He was cooking
He
like
had
a
10 points
microwave
in the
TV
first
dinner.
half and was blanked in the second half. What is cooking?
There were no
If you're
points
talking about
scored in the second
microwave
half.
cooking, then I guess
No.
that was it. 'Cause it sure wasn't
I'm going
slowly
off.
cooked.
I'm going off your comment saying the number one defense, Andy Dalton. That's what I'm going off. You said that. So if it's so much the number one defense, why did he do anything? Why was
He's
he able to
number
do
one in
anything?
points. We're number one in points, and
Okay, clarify.
pass
that.
defense is like
Clarify that.
7th, and number 1 against the run.
Clarify.
You really,
So-
you really want Andy Dalton leading your team right now? Be honest with yourself.
Listen, bro. Listen to what I'm telling you,
Answer
bro.
the question. That's all I'm asking.
Listen what I'm telling you, bro. He is leading the team right now. It's not about if I want him leading the team. He is leading the
Would
team
you
right now.
want that? Would you want
Versus
that?
what? Versus what?
The field. Y'all had a chance to have Jimmy G. So I'm just asking.
That is a good
I
point.
mean,
They did have a
listen.
shot at Jimmy G.
Yeah,
You
we
know what
did.
I mean? Like, this is why
Listen,
we talk this. I'm not mad. I'm just asking a question.
No. It's cool. If hindsight, if I can go back and get Jimmy G, of course. You know what I'm saying? But we had to give Jameis a shot because he tore his ACL last year after 7 games. So we had to give him a shot to, you know what I mean?
Well, look
So
at
we
his
had to
numbers
give-
last year. Why wouldn't you give him a shot? He had 109 quarterback rating last year. He would have been a top 5 quarterback at the end of the season if he continued to play the way he was playing. So why wouldn't the Saints have given him a shot?
Right.
I mean,
That's-
you know,
that's what I'm-
when you look at those
I'm
numbers,
agreeing
like,
with
right? As I'm saying, when you look at those numbers, it's like, why everybody's like, oh man, Jameis is trash. Look at his numbers
He is,
last
though.
year when he was healthy. He's not healthy, and he hasn't been healthy at all this season. So I can't compare his numbers this season versus what he did last year because he was 100% last year. He's not right now. And
Okay, let me ask you this, Tina. In week 1, was he healthy? That Falcons
No.
game, was he healthy?
no, he got hurt week 1.
When did
When
he get hurt?
his back. He
When
got
did he
hurt
get
during
hurt?
the game. During the
No,
game.
at what quarter? I'm asking, what quarter did he get hurt?
Probably
Third.
like- yeah, going into the third quarter.
Okay, so the first half, what was he doing?
Look at his quarterback rating from that game.
What was
can
he
pull it
doing?
up
I'm
for you.
asking.
The
It was
game
like
was
10,
so
10, 119,
It was
1
big.
something. It was, yeah. He
The
had over
Saints
100.
struggled. Look, the Saints struggled that entire first half to do
But that-
anything. We didn't score. We didn't score until he got hurt.
That's week
Think
one.
about what you're saying.
But that's week 1. What team's gonna
But
come
that's
out?
week 1.
Listen,
That's week
listen, this is
1.
what I'm saying.
That's what I'm
This
saying.
is what I'm saying, y'all.
And
This
look
is
at
what I'm
training
saying. Hold
camp.
on.
If you were watching
Hold on.
training camp practice and see what Jameis was not working with the ones most of training camp because he was still rehabbing his injury, and he still brought us to a fourth quarter comeback.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good.
I don't go
they-
off. I go off of when I see a player healthy. Look what would anybody say Aaron Rodgers would be playing like he was playing this season?
No, it ain't Aaron Rodgers. It's his receiving core. Like when you lose a receiver like Devontae Adams, you don't have nobody stepping up. To play. So I think the boy name is last name Watson. So what he's doing over there, he got a big frame. He got a problem with keeping the ball in his hands, but Aaron Rodgers is playing just fine. But his receiving core, Randall Cobb went out. Robert Tonyan, they come in the clutch for him. Alan Lazard, he was hurt. So A-Rod ain't have the plethora of receivers that he used to have.
But neither
And
did
so
Drew
he's-
Brees.
he's-
Drew Brees was throwing
you
the
know,
trash for years, and he was still putting up numbers. I mean, we never had star receivers we had Marcus Colston. I mean, look at the guys that the undrafted free agents that Drew Brees was throwing to for years, and we still had top 5 offense every single year. I mean, it's just you don't have to have star guys.
Now,
Okay,
also,
you just got to have guys that are going to get
Y'all
open.
also had a
And
tight end down there, didn't you? What was the big dude from Miami?
Jimmy
He played
Graham.
Basketball. Yeah,
Jimmy Graham.
Was
Jimmy Graham.
awesome down there.
yeah, then
Yeah,
he
he was.
left. Then we got rid of him. We traded him.
True.
Yeah, he wanted wide receiver money, Tina. He wanted to be paid like a receiver.
No, he wanted
He
to
was
be
a
a
beast,
pilot.
though.
Get it right. He wanted to be a pilot and get wide receiver money.
But I'm just
Oh, my
saying
God.
though, like Drew Brees has had some. He done had some people around him now. That's not.
But the
make it
majority
seem
of his
like-
career, he didn't have players here. I mean, we got like Lance Moore. No disrespect, Lance Moore was awesome. But I mean, Lance Moore, Pierre Thomas, those were undrafted guys. People didn't know those names, and that's who he was
I agree
throwing
with you,
to.
Tina. I agree with
and-
you.
yeah,
They're
and he
not
still
Pro
put up-
Bowlers. They're not
Yeah,
Pro Bowl
no,
guys.
they're not
Yeah,
Pro
I agree
Bowlers.
with you.
Marcus Colston, I mean, like, yeah, of course, Marcus don't get the respect he deserves because when he got drafted, people like
Sure.
Hofstra, like really, like last round of draft. But yeah, we didn't have all
Second
those
round
big
pick,
names.
yeah.
We had Jimmy Graham, yes, we did for a while, and then they traded Jimmy because he wanted to get paid, and he wasn't a wide receiver; he was a tight end. And then what's Jimmy done since he left here?
Right. He was a product of Sean's system.
Mm-hmm. Drew and Sean.
Worked with y'all, got y'all ring.
So let me ask you guys this then. What if you guys beat us, what would winning the game mean for the division? Like, what would it say as a whole? Like, you beat the number one defense in the NFC.
What would it mean?
I'm kind of with Tina on that. Like, a part of me wants the Allen to get fired, so I don't want him to get this victory. So I kind of feel what Tina at, but the fan in me wants to beat the Niners because I know how much they love to beat the Saints. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of torn right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of torn.
I want him to win because I'm still angry from 2011. Okay, I mean, look, I remember that game.
You're going way back now, Tina.
I told y'all I've been around the Saints for many, many years. I could tell y'all some stories. So I'm not a new dad. I'm not a fan that came in when Drew Brees was, signed here. I go way back with this team. And so, that's what people say, oh, they playing so poor, it's got to hurt. No, this is nothing compared to some of the games, some of the things that have some of the seasons we had. This is like, this is nothing new for me. But I mean, for newer fans who have been around the last 15 years, this is rough, because they've only known the Drew Brees, Sean Payton era, and they've only known us winning consistently. Even with the 7 and 9 seasons, there were still glimpses of something there. I've seen it where I've seen 3 and 13 seasons. I mean, I've seen it where it was bad, where like you could go to game day and buy Prime Plaza seats for like $20. So I know those days. I remember those days, and it was rough, but I mean, we don't get past it. But that's how I feel. I'm like you, like I want us to beat them. I want to win. I want us to win every game. But like I said, I'm a realist too. I don't want us to be one and done in the playoffs just for the sake of saying, hey, we made playoffs. Like, where are we going to go from there? This is not a Super Bowl winning team. It's just not. Yeah, exactly.
Tina, part of me wants to get to the playoffs because I don't want Philly to cash in on that draft pick they have for us. So so you got that too.
Well, that's going to happen.
I don't want them to get a super high draft.
We don't want it to happen, but we know it's going to happen. I mean, look, they are the force to be reckoned with in the NFC this year.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
It's the RPO. It's the run pass option that's just beating these defenses down. What Jalen Hurts is able to do over there with his receiving core and those running backs are playing good. Their defense is playing good. And guess what? They keep just stacking the puzzles together on defense. His team is a force to be reckoned with. And if my prediction, the Eagles and the Bills, that would be a great Super Bowl.
Okay, you got the Bills?
Well, it's going to be the 49ers and probably the Chiefs. But
the Bills are due for theirs. I'm sorry. I mean, they've been
and they'll fuck it up again.
They're due.
I don't want to lose another Super Bowl, especially the Mahomes. Please no.
They are due for it. I'm sorry. That fan base deserves it. I mean, they've been right there.
They may deserve it, but they just somehow seem to fuck it up.
I think.
Well, what's up with Von Miller? He got hurt.
Something's wrong.
I feel bad for him. They just started playing better with Von Miller. They was already playing good ball.
No, I'm saying he got injured for Thanksgiving, though. He got hurt.
Something with the turf.
Yeah, the turf.
We could do a whole show about the turf issue in the NFL.
Harry Wife's finally get rid of the turf, but I didn't want to change the subject.
No, I heard that too. It's fucked up.
Hold on, Gina. We about to segue into one of your other questions. I won't start it off. Do y'all owe Jimmy G an apology? Yes, y'all owe Jimmy G an apology. Y'all drug that man's name through the mud. Y'all cried for Trey Lance. Y'all owe this man an apology. Definitely. This man saved y'all season, man. Apologize.
Is that right? Is that okay? Let me just tell you that I was publicly dragged on Twitter by a friend of mine as a joke that he DM'd me this Jimmy G apology form. Okay. Now, I don't feel like I owe him an apology. The only thing I'm guilty of is, and Rod knows this because he's been on the show with me practically the all season I've been on here, is I said when Jimmy, I was at the game when Jimmy came in for Trey, when Trey was hurt and carted off. You were there too? Okay. And we all were sitting there, like me and my brothers, we were all together and everything like that with all his friends. And we were tailgating after, like we never do that. We would just go home or whatever. So we're sitting there and we're going, you know how this is going to end up. You know how this is going to end up. He's going to break our fucking hearts at the end of the year. We're going to go all the way there. And then we're going to lose. And then we're going to, like that's how this ends. So if I have to apologize for that, I'll apologize. If we hoist the 6th Lombardi, that's the only way I'll apologize.
Wow.
Me too. Same here. I mean, over the past few weeks, I mean, this guy has so many weapons at his arsenal. Like he's doing things that he's supposed to do. So, I mean, I'm not gonna. It's not like I make up things to criticize him about that. I'm making up bad things. Like I'll comment on the bad things that he does, and I just think he should have been doing a lot better. Like for example, the Broncos game, he had no business, being the losing quarterback for. But whatever, we're stuck with him right now because Kyle Shanahan got too confident with Trey Lance's running abilities, and it is what it is. So.
No, it's not that. Trey Lance couldn't throw the ball.
No,
Let's
he
be
can
real.
throw. He can throw. Come on.
He had to rely. No, he could not. That really saved
He
y'all
can
season.
throw,
That
right.
dude. Okay, all right.
We'll see him throw
That's
next
the
year.
other thing I'm tired of hearing about that. Trey Lance is a bust,
I ain't gonna say he's a bust, but he's not ready yet.
We're listening to somebody who said Andy Dalton was balling. We're listening to somebody who just said that Kyler. What are we listening to, y'all? Wake up.
Look,
bro. At the end of the day, listen here, y'all. I've let y'all
Good.
talk about this. I don't owe Jimmy G no apology. Jimmy G was supposed to play like this. It's been 6 seasons we've dealt with this dude, and now we finally got four touchdowns in a game. After for 6 seasons, we finally got 4 touchdowns in a game, and now y'all want an apology for somebody who's supposed to do this? Like,
And he's not even going to be with y'all after the end of the season.
right?
and we love it.
I mean-
He can go.
Look.
Like 49er fans want him to go. Like,
Okay,
I just had this
Oh, no,
conversation with
unfortunately
somebody
not
about
all
the
the-
game the other day. There, I was like, "You think he's going to be there after the season?" They're like, "No, this is something they were trying to unload him in the off season."
Hey, let me ask you, 2 49er fans on here right now. Do you guys want Jimmy G back next year?
Negative.
Thank you.
No, not as a starter. Not as a starter.
We're gonna have to give him the bag if so. We got other players that we have to sign.
Yeah, we
We
can't
want Trey?
afford it.
We don't owe him an apology.
So
Trey's
y'all
our
about to run
quarterback.
RPOs with Trey? Y'all about to run RPOs with Trey?
Yeah, why not?
Exactly.
Why not?
Why not?
Hey,
Why not?
I want to say what's
Why
up to
not?
Niner Gang podcast. Dion in the chat.
Oh,
Great
Dion,
dude.
what's up,
Check out his
Dion?
channel.
Yeah, what's up, Dion? I've had him on the show too. I gotta say, quick, what's up to Wise Soul? Because Wise, I had him on last week, and I love Wise. Wise, cool.
What up, Wise?
Yeah.
Soul?
So I have a question for y'all. Where do you think he's going to wind up next season?
The Jets.
Nolans.
Okay,
No,
The Jets.
no.
Jets.
Look,
He's going to the Jets.
he won't make it here with Bourbon Street. Trust
The
me.
Jets. No.
Yeah, he's not coming. He's not coming here.
Let
He
me
could
tell
come
you
to the
something.
Jets.
Niners
The Texans.
do not care where Jimmy G goes. Let me make that very clear. We don't care. We don't care. Trust me.
He won't
You'll
be
buy
back.
the-
You'll buy the plane ticket.
Nobody
This is
cares.
the guy. This is the guy that you hoping leads y'all to victory tomorrow. That you talking crazy about, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
right.
I hope we won.
victory tomorrow.
We
He
win
has no
the damn
choice.
Super Bowl right now with him. Yes,
He has
but
no
then he
choice.
has to
With
leave.
all the weapons he has this year, you have no choice but to win it all. There's no excuse. So for us
right.
as 49er fans, we look at it as there's no excuse for this season right now. You need to win it or shut up. It's just that simple. Jimmy G, that's what y'all wanted. It is what it is. So here you go.
Let me ask y'all Niners. Let me ask y'all Niners fans a question. Is Kyle on the hot seat?
No.
Nope.
Not
No.
right now.
No.
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 Not
I
right
think
now.
Kyle-
I got
I think Kyle's hot seat starts
when.
when-
Not right now.
It starts
the
next
same-
Maybe
year
two
with-
years
Look.
into Trey Lance's career if we're not winning,
Thank
and
you
with him as a
very
viable
much.
starter, then it probably starts right
It's
there.
the same situation with Dennis Allen.
Speak
If you
on
start
it.
winning games,
No, it's not
Dennis
started
Allen's
yet.
no longer on a hot seat.
Uh,
You know how the
Thank you,
Saints are.
Dion.
They loyal. They hold on to coaches. Look what they did with Vitt. How many years did we need to get rid of Vitt, and Vitt was still here? So the Saints are
Who's Vitt?
loyal to their employees for whatever
Joe
reason.
Vitt.
Who's Vitt?
Joe Vitt.
Joe
Joe
Vitt.
Vitt.
Joe Vitt. He was
Okay,
here
okay.
way too many seasons. When people were
He's
calling for him.
the coach that coached when Sean Payton got suspended for bounty gate. He's
Yeah.
that guy.
Oh,
So I mean,
okay.
if Dennis wins a couple more games and for some reason we win the division by some miracle and we go in the playoffs and we won and done whatever, I don't know. I'm not gonna predict the future, but I'm just saying Dennis Allen saves his job for the year.
Now wait,
And-
Tina, let me throw this out there, Tina. Now you know Momo Benson got rid of Stan Van Gundy after 1 year, and they got Willie Green in there. So I mean, I'm not gonna say that
Dennis
he's
did
not.
for the defense for so many seasons. He gets points for that. He gets extra points for that.
Well, look what he did to the defense this year.
We could have had Eric Bieniemy here, and they could have kept Dennis with the defense. You bring Eric to New Orleans for 9 hours and waste the dude's time, and you go and sign Dennis Allen. I mean, it's like, why even bring him here and entertain it if it ain't gonna happen? It's like we could have had Eric and Dennis would have stayed, and we would have had the continuance of having that dominance defense. Instead, we have two co-defensive coordinators. Like, what is that? Explain that to me. Like, why do we have two? We have to have a substitute teacher and the teacher. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. It's like you got to have a definitive voice and a disciplinarian in that locker room for that defense, and we got two. Like, I don't understand it. And then Ryan Nielsen saying everybody, like, "Oh, I'm disappointed." You think the Saints fans ain't disappointed?
Right.
Let me ask you this, Tina. So you think the defense has nothing to do with Dennis Allen? You think it's all on the coordinator?
No, I know for a fact Dennis Allen got his hand in a cookie jar.
Oh, all right, okay. That's still on him. That's still on him.
But I mean, he's got too much on his plate. You can't, you can't run the team, be the head coach, and still control your defense. I mean, and then have co-defensive coordinators. He's got too much on his plate, and he's in over his head. And we've seen that. You can't say that he's not in over his head. He's made some very questionable decisions over this season.
He's definitely in over his head. Yeah, he's definitely in over his head. Definitely.
Can I ask y'all a question? Do you guys think that Kyle Shanahan is over his head? Saints fans, let me just ask that. Do you guys think that Kyle Shanahan is over his head?
No, I don't think he's in over his head. No. I like Kyle, honestly. I like Kyle.
I think he got
okay. I'm glad Saints fans. Okay, 49er fans. Do y'all think that Kyle Shanahan is a little over his head?
In certain moments, he has been.
Yeah.
I'm a Kyle guy. I like Kyle.
In
but I'll criticize him when he messes up.
In certain moments, he's not elite.
Y'all know y'all coach better than us. I mean, from the surface, it seems
I'm saying with you, Trees, I'm saying that we agree, like, we're on the same path, like, with you guys. Yeah. Like, we agree on a lot of things that you guys are saying.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's the same thing with us.
Oh,
Okay. Let me ask y'all this. Y'all saying Kyle in over his head, but Kyle has the number one defense right now.
What's up, W?
Thankfully, he doesn't run that part
right now.
Thankfully, he doesn't run that part. D'Amico is over there doing his actual job. That's the only part that we can say.
Who put D'Amico in position, though? Who put D'Amico in position? Kyle, right?
Thankfully, yeah, he did. He picked that one good. He did pick that one. But we have no offensive coordinator.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, when we look
at Kyle is offensive coordinator.
Do y'all want Pete? Do y'all want Pete Carmichael? Because I'll pay for the plane ticket. I'll ship him to you if you want him.
Yeah, doesn't sound like a good idea.
You can have him. Look, no trade involved. In fact, I'll send you King Cake to take him off the
Denver. That was a thought. That was a thought when we played Denver, and we have a quarterback that steps out of the end zone twice this season so far. But it is what it is. He's only a backup quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
Who's this dead the man guy?
I love this shit going back and forth. We got Spade in the Sacramento area, who's a Saints fan, and then we got Dan the Man.
He's Sacramento. I live in Roseville. We're not too far away.
Shout out Spade.
Shout out Spade.
So we've had Dan on the show. So Dan is
shit! Dan.
Yeah, that's Dan. That's all it is. That's why he's here.
I love Dan.
I'm
even though he's crazy as fuck.
Melissa, I'm trying to go back and forth. I'm trying. I trust.
Hey, is that the Anquan Bolden jersey that you're wearing? Rob?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. I got it right.
Most definitely.
There you are. I wish we had him longer, but he was a beast when we had him.
Man,
definitely was.
Best hands.
What's
probably
up, Dan?
arguably the best hands. Probably almost the 49ers almost have ever had. Almost.
Better than T.O.?
Yes.
No.
No.
Anquan's better than T.O.?
He's saying
Oh,
hands. He's
hands?
talking about his hands.
Oh,
Yes,
hands.
Yes.
Oh,
Hands. I'm
hands.
saying
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
hands. Yes. And I
Just
He was definitely
checking.
better than Crabtree when he stepped on board. Crabtree was supposed to be the shit, and
Exactly.
Bolden came in was the better player. At
just
his
a better
old age,
player, man.
with
That
a
man,
slow
he
ass
never
4.77 40 time.
I'm gonna
Exactly.
throw
He
this
never
out because I
dropped
just
the
saw it
pass.
in the chat. Shout out Spade, you are 100% correct. Jameis got
Yeah.
to start. If he's 100%, I want him out there.
Who said that?
Spade.
I want to see what's up to C's in the chat. He's over there. See what's up.
Why do these people want Jameis to start? That's crazy, man.
I want, you know what?
My mind is blown.
I'll tell you this: if Andy Dalton can put out 2 or 3 consistent games, then I'll change my opinion. But as of right now, he hasn't showed me enough to say that that's not how that I should feel. I mean, he's been too inconsistent this entire season. He's cost us games. I don't know how many times I've sat live treat the games and we're talking about him in a pocket. He's holding on to the ball too long. I mean,
Wait, what games he cost us? What games he cost us?
Look at some of them interceptions he threw. In poor coverage, he shouldn't have been throwing that ball.
I'm
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
What game? Give me a situation.
I can't off the top of my head right now. It's late and I'm tired. It's been Thanksgiving weekend. But I know. I look at some of the games.
So wait, what about Jameis with the 5 interceptions after 3 games? What about that? You gonna give him a pass, huh?
Well, I mean, if you broke your back, would you even get out of bed, much less go play a football game?
So why are you playing then? I don't want to
He
hear.
shouldn't have been
got a
playing.
broke
That's
back.
what I'm saying.
So,
I said that
but
at the
he
beginning
played
of this.
though. But he
He
played
should
though. I don't
not.
want to hear he threw him because he had a broke back. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
He should have
He
been
should have been
playing.
playing, yo. Yeah, he should have been playing.
No, he shouldn't have.
Yep.
But you got to put that on coaching for putting him out there. Why didn't Dennis step
I'm
up and go,
putting
you
it
know
on
what?
him.
You are benched because you are too hurt to be playing.
I'm putting it on him because he did it. He a grown man. Feel
How
me?
many
I'm
times have
putting
we
it on
had
him.
players? Okay, so Michael Thomas playing injured, Mark Ingram, Alvin Kamara. I mean, players play injured. We hear it all the time. We see guys in concussion code protocol. Next week they're out there, and then look at Stafford right now. What's going on with him? Y'all think he should have played? You think Tua should have played?
Doesn't matter what happened with them. They're trash.
But still, you don't put guys out there where they don't have a business playing. Nobody knew how to the extent of Jameis's injuries, how bad they were. I just figured, okay, he's sore, whatever. Okay, he's just having a bad
he
game.
knew, right?
Still realize
Did
it's bad.
Jameis know? Did Jameis know the extent of his injury?
Yeah, he did. But you know what?
He did.
He did. But when your coach puts you out there and says you playing and you
No,
play, and that's the way
your
it
coach
is.
cannot put you out there, Tina. If you say no, it's no. Your coach can't put you out there with a broke back.
No. What you mean?
Yeah.
No.
Listen,
mean, no.
As
if
somebody
you're
who worked in,
back-
look, I'm gonna tell you this: as somebody who worked in HR for 18 years, I can sit there and disagree with you 100%. You go to work
hold on,
sick,
hold on.
you go to work with migraines,
No.
you go to work, you know.
We're not talking
whatever.
about HR. We're not. Hold on, wait. We're talking about broken.
NFL
we're
players play hurt. NBA players play hurt. Players play hurt. Period. It's just
Hey,
that
listen,
simple.
Shout out Double B.
Listen.
Double B
Listen.
studio.
The injury that Jameis had is the injury that took Romo out. That back injury, that's the same injury that Romo had, that took his career.
And he should have
Same
been
injury.
playing. Yeah.
Now, and that's the case. Andy Dalton should have been starting them games when James was playing.
Yep.
I went to that Carolina game.
There you
and
go.
We were the Pee-wee football team out there. I was utterly embarrassed. And
What I'm trying to tell you is, Jameis wanted to play.
It started getting better because guess what?
Well, of course you do. It's your job. It's what you get paid for.
Yeah,
You don't
No,
wanna get-
man.
I mean, Mike Thomas tried to play on his injury knowing he shouldn't have come back, and he didn't. Look what happened in the playoffs because of it. But I mean, that's your job. It's what you get paid to do.
For the record, Jimmy G did play hurt last year. He had that hand injury or some crap.
Facts.
Yeah, players
Okay.
play
In
hurt
the playoffs,
all the
too.
time.
Okay.
All the
Exactly.
time
so-
players
so-
play hurt.
okay.
That's what you get paid
So
millions
that's
of dollars. They play hurt. You go to work sick.
Okay, but-
you play hurt.
Okay, but I'm
Does
not
it
going
make
to
it
give
right?
if
It
you
don't
play
make it
hurt,
right.
I'm not giving you a pass for throwing them picks, my guy. If you play hurt, I'm not giving you a pass. Oh, he was hurt. That's why he threw. No, I ain't. You played. Once you put that jersey on, you get on that field, you playing, bro. Y'all trying to give him a pass because y'all like the guy. I mean, it's cool, but oh man.
No, it ain't about
indeed,
liking.
no.
I feel like when he's healthy, he gives us a better chance to win.
How?
Look at his
You
numbers
seen him-
versus Dalton. It's just that simple.
What? No, that. What numbers you want to look at? Andy Dalton has the better numbers. Way better. Career numbers? Andy Dalton
I'm not
never
talking
threw
about
30
overall.
games.
I'm talking about in
all
a
right.
Saints uniform today, now, right now, the last 2 years, right now. I don't
Okay,
care what he did
okay.
when he was in Tampa. That's Tampa. Tampa didn't
You don't
build
care.
around him.
And
They didn't build around.
we averaging like 30 points a game with Andy. We was averaging like 17 points a swing with Jameis. So our offense then took off. You heard some chatter in the locker room from some of the guys that, Andy form a presence in the pocket versus Jameis get happy feet. And that's where a lot of his turnovers come from. He liked to force the ball. I was witnessing him trying to force the ball on Olave. And Olave is the type of receiver you have to let his route develop and he gonna get open. But just lofting it up there into triple coverage and you see a safety over the top and you throwing it, you getting real gutsy with the ball. So you don't see Andy do that a lot. I think most of his interceptions came in that Arizona game. It was just an utterly mess. It was awful. Some of those balls, some of those intercepts were catchable.
Drop passes.
Yeah.
Tipped up balls.
And it was.
Come on, man.
Can you debunk this theory in the comments?
What?
Are you
His
related to
comments
Andy Dalton?
are hilarious. That's why I'm just over here rolling.
No,
right
bro.
now.
I'm just
Hey,
giving you
shout out to
facts, bro.
Wise, man. Wise, keep it going, man. I
Shout out to
love
Wise.
you right
I'm
now.
just giving you facts,
I
Wise.
love Wise. Hey, Mac,
I love
you're
that
on.
right now.
You got it.
Wise,
You got it
listen.
going on right now.
You're going to see tomorrow, Wise. You're going to see why I was
Hey,
looking
but the thing is, can I ask y'all a question though, Saints fans?
What up?
You guys are arguing over Andy Dalton and Jameis Winston, right? But didn't y'all just pay Taysom Hill last year?
Yep.
What happened to him?
What happened to him? The thing is, Taysom, he's a utility player in our offense. He's not a quarterback. Coming out of BYU, it really
That was Sean Payton's dream,
Yeah.
and Sean ain't here no more.
Yeah, that was Sean. That was Sean
Exactly.
guy.
That was something Sean Payton developed, and so he was working on him. That was his protege, and I still feel like Taysom can do a lot of everything, and teams for some reason can't cover that. So you leave Taysom in that utility role, he can hurt you at tight end, he can hurt you at
Y'all going to see tomorrow? He going to hurt y'all.
So it's different
I mean,
things.
we were winning games with Travis Simeon last year.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
like
know,
we were
it's all
down to
tomorrow.
our fourth string quarterback. Ian Book was playing on Monday Night Football against Miami.
Where do you guys stand with Ian Book? Do you guys
gone.
want to develop him, or you guys want him
He's
back?
in Philly. He's in
He's
Philly.
gone.
He's
Oh,
out
he's
of
in Philly
bro.
now. He's
Philly
gone?
took
Oh,
him off
damn.
our hands. We
Oh,
gave
okay.
him a king cake and a 6-pack of beer, and he's
I'm not
gone.
trying to be a hater, but I never thought he was that good at Notre Dame.
He wasn't. That was again. Sean
He's
Payton's
actually
project.
from the area that
Yeah.
and not too far from where I live.
Sean Payton had vision in some aspects, and other things he would see in players that just we never understood. And Ian Book was one of those guys for him, and just didn't
Taysom was
pan out.
another one.
Yep.
Taysom was
Why
another.
don't you
Season
guys
ticket.
just make Taysom Hill a running back?
Taysom, he could do it.
He can do it. He can do it all.
I
A couple
know,
weeks ago,
right?
I was like, can he go play safety or go play corner? I mean, for real, like, we needed help. I was like, look, that ain't one thing we ain't tried with Taysom yet. Let's go see if he can play some defense.
I
He
had
likes to hit guys.
He really is an
That's
excellent
what
player.
Sean.
He really
Tom,
is.
wait. Tom, you said Taysom Hill is scary. I hope you mean that like he's scary, not like we're scared of him. Like,
But I will say this though. I will say this. We are number one. We're number one in the league at stopping the run, but we're not good at stopping running quarterbacks. Though. If he's gonna be back there and try to pass and then he's gonna run as a quarterback, I'm gonna be a little worried.
Yeah, you know what I'm like. It's different,
But guess
Taysom
what?
Hill is CMC.
Why I say he could do it all except QB. And guess what? He throws some touchdown passes too.
Mm-hmm.
So, what you got to do to throw? Quarterback play. He was labeled a quarterback. And then, it goes on and on with Taysom. But he do got some touchdowns in that quarterback position as well. So, you don't know how to defend him. And I'm going to throw it out there. Taysom will score against y'all number one defense tomorrow.
Ooh.
In the first half.
Tomorrow, too.
Thank you for saying it. Right,
Statistically, the Saints' offense is better when they're both
The
out there.
outcome is
So
all I'm worried about. Y'all can have the marching band score. As long as we beat y'all by one, I can care less what y'all do.
if they get Taysom and Kamara more active in the game and give them more than 8 touches or 12 touches a game, we have a shot. The offense is more effective. But again, that's the play calling. That's some of the things that we went back to talking about before. You can't have Alvin Kamara have 10, 12 touches a game. It's just we're not gonna win that way.
Yeah, they won't.
No.
Got to get him 30. 25 or better. And then Taysom, you sprinkle him in, and then you get the tight ends involved, Jawan Jones and them. I mean, look, if they call a good game, I say we have a shot to win and really beat y'all. It might be close, but I prefer some of the Drew Brees shootouts with y'all back in the days. But I take my Saints winning on the road in a tough, hostile environment. I mean, hey, anything can happen.
Very hostile.
Very hostile.
I'll be there.
Man. Like we respect y'all, right?
It's no disrespect,
right? We respect y'all, right? It's just good.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question, Trees.
What's
You're
up?
saying that as a fan. Who are you betting on?
From my team, from my offense.
That's your fantasy team that was
you talking about on sports, man. Look, hey, I can't.
I'm
Taking
who
player
are you
props.
betting on?
I'm doing player props. But if I had to take y'all on a at home, I take Niners on the money line, but Saints to cover. Y'all favor to win. Y'all favor to win. I'm a realist. Y'all favor to win. So why would I take? And just because I love the Saints, I'm gonna put them and say, "Oh yeah, well anything can happen." It can, but man, y'all favor to win. So that's just like us. If we favor to win, guess what? I'm expecting my team to go out there and win. I don't want nothing less. So I'm looking at it from both spectrums. You know, I'm not just looking at it as, "Oh, I love my Saints." Of course I do. But on a betting perspective, I will put the Niners. Now, if the Saints go out there and upset y'all, then hey, I done lost some money, but my team won. You know what I'm saying? But
I agree with that. So I appreciate your money. I appreciate your money because we got Niners on this at the end of the day. I think it's going to be a trap game, but now we're talking to you guys. I'm going to stand on it now. You know, now y'all done pushed me over here onto that side now. I'm really going to stick with my squad even that much more. And I think it's going to be a convincing win tomorrow. A lot better than I really think that it's going to be. I think we're going to execute like we normally do and get the job going. And the ball is going to be spreaded to everybody tomorrow. That's just being honest.
Yeah.
With Debo or not.
Okay.
Yeah, if Jimmy G come out there and, like I said, if y'all got all these weapons, y'all supposed to spread the ball. Because guess what? I mean, my favorite quarterback was number 9, and we know all about spreading the ball in that offense. So look, with Jimmy having all these weapons at his disposal, I'm expecting him to get Christian McCaffrey going. But we played Christian. We ain't no stranger to Christian. He come out NFC South, so we know how Christian play. And we played him before. We shut him down. He got us in some of the schemes they had lined up. But hey, if Kyle Shanahan got y'all in y'all bag, we gonna see. Go Saints.
I appreciate you guys looking at just Christian McCaffrey. That lets all of us 49er fans get that much more happy because y'all are gonna go right into what Arizona did and get cooked.
Let me ask you this, Rod. I'm sorry, Trees. Let me ask Rod one question. Who y'all best corner?
Mooney Ward.
Mooney gonna lock
Next
up.
question. Mooney Ward.
Okay. I'm just okay.
Yeah, okay. I'm like that was simple for us. Yeah, that was real simple. Mooney Ward.
Okay.
That's why he
Mooney
got
Ward,
paid
all
this
right.
offseason.
Okay,
He's our number 1 for a reason.
Can Mooney Ward check Jarvis Landry or Chris Olave? Can he lock them down to where they don't get no catches?
But Landry's not having a productive year this year, though. I mean Olave's good.
Yeah, and he's not playing 100% either.
Landry's been injured, bro.
He's been injured, and he's still playing. He's still not 100%.
The thing about it is, you can get your catches. It's about getting scores, and that's the hardest thing to do on us is score.
Okay.
Like, if you think about it, I'm not being funny. I'm thinking, like, look at what Hopkins did last week. He had 9 catches. He didn't score. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you can get your catches against us. It's just about scoring. There's a difference.
To me, let me tell you, I'm sorry, Trees. The Cardinals didn't have balance. Like, they don't have a Kamara, bro. James Conner, come on, man. You serious?
James Conner got 4 touchdowns on us last year. That's all I'm speaking on. So
he's not Kamara, though, bro. He's not Kamara. He's not Kamara, though.
Huh?
Let's be honest. He's not Alvin Kamara, though. Let's be honest.
No, he's not. No, I'm not disrespecting Alvin Kamara. Absolutely not. But Alvin Kamara, I don't think he's really, gotten off against us.
Oh, see, the Saints fans got that nigga right there.
Listen, Rob.
You know?
Listen, Rob, listen. The last time we played, y'all, who won?
I don't remember. Did y'all win?
We did. Yeah, we won. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We won.
Yeah, we won. Last time
What year was this?
last year we beat them 27.
Yeah, what year was it?
But that 20,
I think
Yeah, I
this
know.
was 20.
2019 game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
what.
I think it was 2020, bro.
No.
Oh yeah, our injured season. Yeah, please enjoy that year.
Man.
that was our wheelchair season.
That was
Our
our wheelchair.
wheelchair.
Yeah,
Oh, my God,
We
All
lost
right,
27-13. I just pulled up the box score
And now y'all playing us
on
in our
November
wheelchair
15th,
season.
2020.
Hold up. We're not gonna contradict ourselves on the podcast.
Nick Mullins was our quarterback.
We're not gonna contradict ourselves because when we opened this conversation up and started having dialogue about injuries, and we started going on a list of injuries we had, right? A win is a win. So if our offense and everybody we missing is depleted and we going to this game tomorrow, y'all win, right? Then what we gonna say? We gonna say, can we say, oh, this our wheelchair season? Hello?
I was honestly talking about 2020 season.
You guys can have the
y'all-
wheelchair. I'm not trying to hold on to the wheelchair.
You want to talk that talk? I
Y'all,
can keep the smoke
I
going
do.
and let y'all know that y'all gonna get a nice, a nice
All
hot
right,
L
then.
tomorrow.
So-
Y'all
so
can
it
take that
seems-
and take that back home to the L or back to the
Look,
Y'all
Rob.
can
What's
take
your
the
score
booth
prediction,
and y'all
Rob?
can go back
What's your
home
score
on the
prediction?
booth.
Check
It
this
doesn't
out.
What's your
matter
score
how
prediction,
everyone
Rob?
plays.
What's your score prediction?
I am a
Going
talker.
back and
I
forth
love
because
it.
y'all got
In
us
good
2019, 48-46 in the shootout with Drew. We got y'all last year, 27-13. And she said 2020 was the handicap season, right? We missing a lot of, man, we have a laundry list of people hurt, but we ain't crying. I'm still looking for a good game tomorrow. So
I
if
agree.
y'all
I'm
beat
right
us
with you.
tomorrow, if
I'm
y'all
right
take
with you tomorrow.
right?
We got the
And you
injuries. Y'all
said,
got
can
the
we
injuries.
say
Let's
our
just play.
wheelchair season?
2 backup quarterbacks. Let's get it.
I
And
wanted
we
Let's
talk
go.
about winning.
I want it to make sense, though. I want it to make sense. We ain't gonna talk about injuries when
You gotta speak with context, and that's what we're giving, right? On both ends.
Absolutely. I'm
There
going
you go.
team wheelchair
I
not.
think Trey was the backup, but that's just my opinion.
There you go. I love that. I love
So what are you
that.
gonna call
Okay,
the wheelchair
so-
bowl or what?
Predictions. What's
Y'all
everyone got? First,
Go ahead,
predictions.
Tina. Start it off, Tina. Go ahead, Tina.
Lord, 27-24.
You got us?
Realistically, no, I don't. But if we do win, it's going to be like a field goal. I just think we're too injured. And I mean, I think right now if this game was being played in like 2 or 3 weeks, it'd be a different story. But I think this week, no, I don't. But hey, any given Sunday, it can happen.
All right.
I got Saints 21-23.
Okay.
You got the same?
Oh my bad. We going to the
Y'all
we
giving
going
us
to the
20 points, so we gonna upset y'all and win by 3. That's what I feel. I really feel like that. I'm pretty good with my predictions now. And Taysom gonna score tomorrow on y'all defense. I'm serious. Don't be shocked when you see this stuff really happen tomorrow. Taysom gonna score, and we gonna beat y'all anywhere around 23-21, 21-23. We win by a field goal, close game. Cause everybody look right. 9 are faithful. I rocks with y'all, but it's not what we want. We want our teams to win, but it's what Vegas allows. And if all the money is going on the 49ers, how can the bookies break even if all the money is on the Niners? That's easy, right? So let's start thinking about this. If the Saints upset y'all, imagine all the money that's going to generate to the bookies. They're going to clean up on that one bet. So I'm just saying that's how I look at it. But hey, who am I? I'm just a fan, right? But go Saints.
Did y'all clean up Did y'all clean up this past weekend?
We did clean. You know what? Absolutely. Everybody
Oh,
took the Rams. Even I'm telling you, everybody.
Yeah, they did. We was the underdogs, right? Real in that game, we was the underdogs.
We're the underdogs. The Saints we haven't been playing good ball. We inconsistent. We up and down. So teams then got off our way. People are not betting with the Saints like that. And if they do, they go in the opposite way. So I'm saying, like, you gotta look out for that stuff. How can Vegas break even if everybody take Niners money? Don said Mafia run sports betting. Y'all better look into it. It's serious. So I know y'all want y'all team to win, but don't be surprised and shocked if the Saints upset them.
I'm definitely not going to be shocked because that's why I consider this a trap game. You can't go in there feeling comfortable. You can't go in there thinking, oh yeah, this is we've got Christian McCaffrey and we're going to go in there. We're at home. I always, when I show up to a home game, I'm one of those people that just like rips through the gates and is like, Niners by 20. And, my son gets really embarrassed by me and stuff, and I don't give a fuck. But long story short, I don't think it's going to be 20 points. I'm going to say 10 because, like I said, we're coming off that, that altitude, Mexico City, Monday Night Football, a lot of excitement going on. So I'm going to say 10, but I'm going to say like 21-31. 49ers, of course. Yeah.
Niners 21-31? All right.
All right.
Mm-hmm. 35-17 Niners.
Oh, okay.
Wait, say that again?
35-17 Niners.
Nice.
He said that with his chest too. Lord,
he did.
I thought I was going to be the one that was going to burst everybody's bubble, but Rod kind of did it for me.
As soon as the game come on, that means you scoring 2 touchdowns. As soon as the game come on, they about to score on us. I bet it's gonna be 7-7, and 7 gonna probably score. Watch. I can't wait.
7 definitely gonna score.
17.
That's what he said.
17 and beating us by okay. All right, bet.
So I had already predicted 31-17. So Rod kind of beat me to the punch because his score is even more. But I had already made this prediction a few hours ago, so I'm sticking with it.
Y'all gonna leave us with 17 points? All right. Ooh.
Man, Rod being cocky, man.
No, because he told.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not being cocky at all. I just believe.
Let me ask you this, Rod.
Look, you want me to break it down? Can I break it down now for you guys? I'll break it down. Look, so I won't be cocky about it or anything. I'm gonna break it down for you guys, and I'm not being funny. So I want this all to be serious. Offensively, we have if Debo plays, we have Debo, we have Christian McCaffrey, we have BA, we have Kittle. You get what I'm saying? If you guys do have it, you guys have Lattimore. And to you guys, I haven't heard anybody speak on it. I haven't heard any other person other than Lattimore being talked about in your secondary. So how would you guys compliment when it comes to playing against our offense? That's where I think that we would win and we would dominate when it comes to doing that. When it comes to scoring, I don't think that you guys could keep up with us scoring. Now, on the flip side, you guys have an issue with Andy Dalton as your quarterback. And you guys are playing against us. If we're on our cylinders, we're the number 1 defense. And you guys had an issue last week with the Rams, and we just blew them out both times this year. And they're a rival of ours in our division. So now that we're playing you guys and looking at how you guys played against them, you guys do play RPOs and everything like that. That's the same thing that we're accustomed to playing against in our division. So now that you guys have to play against us and you guys have to run against our linebacking core that can't keep up with Kamara, we have Fred Warner over here. We have Greenlaw over here. These guys can play the outside lanes. We have a defensive scheme that can keep up with a lot of offensive players. We don't give up a lot of big plays. So that's why when you look at Chris Olave getting open on plays against Jalen Ramsey like he did, we don't give up plays like that. That's just honest. That's how we play. That's our scheme of defense. So that's why I think when it comes down to it, I don't think this is not going to really be a game like that. I'm just being honest. That's why I'm speaking this way. It's not cocky. I'm just giving you this how it is.
Look, that's some good points. And I feel everything you're saying. But when you look at, I go back to us running the ball, right? But you think that RPO gonna work for us with Taysom, because if we look at the numbers, our rushing TD percentage, the Saints are ranked 16th. in our efficiency with running the ball, y'all ranked 24th. So somebody gonna get somebody in the run department, and if you say, "Oh well, we good in this thing, we gonna stop. We gonna get y'all somewhere, right?" Not away. I mean, on the road.
We're ranked 24th in what though? Explain. I didn't get that part.
I didn't either. I'm like, we're ranked 24th in what?
In rushing TD percentage, right? So us running the ball is gonna be efficient. Go look it up.
We're the best run stopping team if you're talking about run.
I'm like, what?
I understand that. Y'all, you keep saying that though. So you telling me y'all gonna stop our run and stop our pass? When I have the numbers sitting here, like you can go look it up yourself. Like these are statistics that's on Google. Look it up. It's on all your sites all your ESPN. It's on there. Look it up. You say, okay, we the number one run defense. I get it. So these numbers align to me basically. I'm telling you. So at home, you telling me y'all don't average 20 points a game? That's not true. That's false too. On the road, we average about 22 points a game. So that's why I said it's going to be a close game, even if y'all do win. But again, the spread going to say otherwise, because if you turn those numbers around, we will cover that on the road. So, I mean, y'all saying y'all have the number one defense. I get it. So you're telling me we won't be able to run the ball on y'all because y'all have Fred Warner and Greenlaw and telling me, okay, y'all gonna defend Chris Olave and Jarvis Landry, and if they get Big Kevin White going, and Jawan Johnson been coming in the fold for us, y'all gonna stop all that too? And Elvin,
they're not about to stop all that. They're not about to stop all
you're
that.
Like, okay, so make that make sense. I know y'all have Debo.
You guys are gonna have to beat us with Andy Dalton. Is what it boils down to.
I mean, hey,
like
this is the question. This is the question I got for these guys.
What?
Keep on, like you keep on. Look, I keep telling you, our offense averages 30 points a game with Andy Dalton. Yes, I know it's probably hard to believe, but it's happening. It's true.
Name the defense. Name the defense that you guys played that's even comparable to us. I'll wait.
What you mean? Because what you talking about in the past?
Y'all the number one D, bro.
I don't have to speak
I don't know what you're talking. Man, listen, that's all I got for
Name a defense that is comparable to us that you guys have played.
I mean, what you talking about? Teams? Shoot,
y'all the number one D, bro.
Oh yeah, y'all gonna be our best team. We gonna see thus far. But again,
exactly, y'all haven't seen the defense this good. So y'all looking like y'all played against this.
Okay, so listen.
You guys this type of offense. And
let me ask you a question.
Let me ask you a question.
You bringing all these numbers up. Let me ask you a question. Aren't y'all 2-4 outside of the division this year? Aren't y'all 2-4 outside of the division? Y'all have a losing record outside of playing division opponents, right?
You're correct. You're correct.
I know I'm correct, right? Okay, so it's gonna be problems, bro. I'm trying to tell you, it's gonna be problems, bro. Y'all familiar with the Cardinals and the Rams?
What's your overall record?
Listen. Hold on. Let me finish making my point before you come in with telling yours. Listen, bro. Y'all gonna have a problem tomorrow, bro. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a problem. I'm glad you're coming in overconfident. I'm glad you feel like Greenlaw, Fred Warner. I'm glad you're feeling like that, bro. So tomorrow you're gonna be like, man, what's going on?
What's going on?
This is Taysom Hill. Let's just come up. That's how you're gonna be tomorrow with your hands in the air, just like, what's going on, Greenlaw? Come on, man. Debo Samuel.
I can't wait till we beat you guys.
I'm telling you, Bob. I'm
I
telling
wish
you,
we could all watch this game live.
I can't wait till we beat you guys.
Hey, for y'all sake, y'all better win. For y'all sake, y'all better win, because y'all don't want to hear me. Y'all calm I am now.
I would love to hear you.
Might want to guess what? I'm one of those guys.
I want to hear from you. I want to hear from
you. Yeah, we ain't like that, though.
Hey, you guys, though, we do an overreaction show. So if you guys want to come back on and talk about the game, win or lose.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. Absolutely. That was not that.
Definitely with that, man. Look, we could dish it out there. We could take it, man. This is NOLA, man. Like, we real fans, bro. Like, we ain't just no troll.
Yeah.
We real fans.
I love that.
I'll be back tomorrow when I lose.
Like,
I'll be back tomorrow.
Like,
we're going to do it Monday.
Okay, Monday.
After.
Every Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody work nights?
No.
Okay, just making sure. Sure. I don't want to
We're gonna do it like the same time.
Hey, Rad, go follow me, Rad. Go follow me. 49 Amati. Yo, go follow me, man. Go follow me. I
love to show up for a recap. That's all we do on this end. We recap the game. our highs, our lows, and we just recap and talk about what we seen on the field. But to Rod, I just want to tell him, we seen fans like that before, came in overconfident, and I'm just telling you, like, you gotta chill. I explained it to you the best of my ability how Vegas works, and you said it's on your high, and I don't want you one of them fans with your hands in the air like, what's going on, Greenlaw? That's what they doing. Because it's gonna be some things gonna probably take place that y'all really is gonna question, because that's the NFL. Why am I going there just feeling like that? If y'all do win, y'all favored. Like, I'm not gonna be surprised y'all favored. The Saints been favored in games before, even this year, and they lost because our team they tripping. But other than that,
likewise for us too. I agree. Likewise for us.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So anything about that, I will say this. Dennis Allen, to me, is not going to be able to outcoach no Kyle Shanahan. I wholeheartedly feel like that. So
Kyle, better coach. Kyle, a better coach than Dennis. He a better coach.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So that starts with coaching. All of it starts with coaching. And if I'm thinking logic, okay, so we really banking on Kyle Shanahan to all of a sudden just coach the worst game of his life? No. The man play calling is outstanding to me. That's how I feel. But I seen fans like Rod with his hands in the air like a roller coaster saying, oh, Lord, what's going on?
Oh, Lord.
I'm serious.
I can't wait to see Rod tomorrow, man. I can't wait, bro.
Hey,
oh, man.
Be careful what you ask for. If you win, you ain't going to want to see me. I promise you. Be careful what you ask for. Because I might be all on your timeline ways that you don't want to see me.
I'm telling you.
You follow me? Go follow me, man. Go follow me, right?
Go follow me.
Sir. Yes, sir. That is a must. I promise you I will. I promise you. I'm always, hey, look, at the end of the day, it's about being passionate about our squads. At the end of the day, you guys are passionate about the Saints just like we're passionate about our 49ers. That's just a genuine thing, and I get that. So at the end of the day, I expect you guys to be like that for your team, just like we are about our team. It's just, I get it. I definitely get it. Win or loss, I'm still going to talk.
Oh, yeah, and it's good. Look,
yes, definitely.
It's all in good fun. It's all in good, clean fun.
Yeah, it's all love.
Yes,
it's all love. Yeah.
I appreciate y'all that y'all came on here. It was good, positive banter back and forth. Shout out to my Trojans winning 38-27. It is what it is. We going on. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, back to this. At the end of the day, I appreciate it, and just saying, that it was good, man. That's the part I love. Just please don't block me come Monday or after
I promise you're not getting blocked.
I talk, and I will. I'm all day. All day.
Look, Rod.
Yeah, you're not getting blocked.
I got a good friend. He's a Niner faithful. He have the big old S patch tattooed on his chest. He went to the frozen tundra and took his shirt off. Now, you tell me somebody from the NOLA, he went out there. It was utterly disrespectful. He went to the frozen tundra and took his shirt off and said, it's not cold out here. And I'm like, I like to see him turn up for his team. Because like I said, I mean, the Niners and Saints rivalry, it was a rivalry back when it was the NFC West. And it was, again, that was when the Niners was just punished. Man, it was good back. I became a Saints fan when I was like 7, and it was in the 90s when we had Dawn Patrol. So I can remember rivalries good, so it's all good with the Niners. I mean, look, we wish y'all a good game. I wish my team go out there and have a good game, may the best man win. So this was a good podcast.
Oh,
thank you.
I definitely excited, Gina.
Shout out to Marcus real quick. Marcus, my brother. Okay,
shout out to Marcus. Salute to you. I'll say this though. Hey, Trees, for real. I'll say this to you. And this is kind of being silly, but I'll say this though, in all of it. I appreciate y'all because just like in any game that we can win, just like y'all can win or whatever, but just like you're in the dark right now, I hope I see you come Monday. And I hope that you are, you can show your face, come after this game. Because I'm one of those that's going to talk like that.
Well,
I hope I see you Monday. That's funny.
Make sure this real bright.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm dead.
Appreciate
you got
y'all.
me dead.
Most def, right? Niner-minded, respect, man. Gina, respect, man.
I followed
Thank
you
you
back
so
on Twitter,
much,
Book.
Book.
I got you.
Okay, for sure, yeah, definitely.
Thanks,
Hey, I still say
Book.
this has been a
Thanks,
lot of fun.
Trees.
You guys are.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I had a lot of
Yeah.
fun talking with you guys. It's
Tina, this
just a
was
good
Thanks,
conversation.
Tina.
That
Yeah.
was
Hey,
great.
anytime, man.
Mhm.
Anytime.
Yes,
I
This
love
is
sir.
you. I
amazing.
love y'all, man. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Hey, man, Draymond, that like button,
Draymond.
all that.
I'm a
Everything
Warriors
you
fan,
need
but
to
come
do
on,
on here,
Draymond.
man. This is like
Always
it,
said
man.
that.
Show, man. Get on here, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We on here. Hey, support, salute everybody that's on here. We up and coming for real. Gina is gonna get this going. We're gonna get this thing moving. We appreciate each and everybody that's out here. Melissa, 49er Faithful, 49er Minded, myself, Dan the Man, the ones that the faithful ones that have been in here. If even if this is not your team, we appreciate y'all, man. We appreciate you guys. Thank y'all.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Thanks, you guys. I appreciate you guys so much for coming on last minute. And everybody, stay repping your team. And where can we find, let's start off with Tina. Where can we find you?
You can catch me on Instagram and Twitter at The NOLA Girl. My podcast, Floors Truly Podcast. I also write for Newsbreak, and I am the managing editor and writer for Canal Chronicles.
Ooh.
I almost felt like I was on the plane when they tell you those instructions, like if the plane crashes or something.
Yeah. She got one of them voices, man. Shout out to you, Tina. You got one of them voices.
Exactly. Yeah, Tina has that voice like she is ready for it. I'm like,
We are 10 minutes approaching from Dallas.
Please put your seats in the upright position.
yeah,
Exactly. You do
exactly. She had to spill down for real.
See the voice.
I love it. And Trees, too.
You can catch me on Instagram at 7012e_Trees, and same as my Twitter handle. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Great.
Yeah, that's my.
Thank you. And Book?
Bookamania on Twitter.
Right on. 49er Minded.
He made me laugh with that Bukamania right by Hulk Hogan. Hulkamania.
Yeah.
It's 49er Minded on Instagram. Basically, at 49er Minded, like you see right there. Just same thing on Twitter, and the YouTube channel is 49er Minded. Really easy to find me.
Great. And thank you so much also for coming on the show. I appreciate all you guys. And Rod, say something beautiful.
I need everybody to get on, follow the pages that everybody was speaking on, 49er Minded, Tina's pages. Go out there, support their pages. We need to support them just like y'all need to support them, because it moves their numbers just like we need our numbers moved as well. So, hey, each one, support one. Let's do this, man.
Absolutely.
Real. Shout out to y'all.
And Dan says you can find me on my balcony in Florida with a blunt. I'm sure we can, Dan. We'll probably have you back on for another show. But with that said, thank you guys so much for repping your team. I want to bring you guys back on for the Overreaction Show Monday night, 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. I'll send another DM. Thank you so much. It's been awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
Who that, baby?
Peace.